Order your natural soaps and body oils, natural detox, CBD sticks and pre-rolls, vapes, hair and skincare products. 20% off at nightanddaynetwork.com.
No. And I'ma stand on that.
Okay.
And they can get in my DM. You can get in my DM all you want every day.
So I didn't expect that last video to go so crazy like it did. I feel like it warrants a little bit of context, specifically Atlantic Records. I'll name you 3 times that this has happened. So this is the first time. I'm gonna do a second video, I'm gonna do a third video. First time, I write a song. Song is called Timber. Love it, they fall in love with the record. Me and Breon had a great time in the studio writing a song. Breon is also, they're like, oh, we wanna give it to Flo, as in Flo Rida. Oh my God, like this is incredible. I don't know what happened, the song ended up on Pitbull. About 2 weeks before the song gets ready to come out, they hit me up saying, hey, Ben, I'm not gonna say your last name, Ben, who used to work at Atlantic, calls me and says, hey, we need you to come cut some vocals. What does that mean? In my mind, you need my voice on the song. Cool. They still haven't said anything. So I go and I'm hearing somebody else's vocals on my song. I'm like, what is this? I'm hearing this part. Woo. When I wrote it, I said, whoa. Where the woo came from? They're like, oh, well, you know, she couldn't sing it like you. So we had her change it to woo. And now we want you to go in and sing the woo underneath her because your vocals are underneath her on the hook, on the whole song. And so if you don't sing the woo, it's going to sound different. And we need to have the same feel. That's the problem that I have. You want it to feel a certain way, but you want it to look that way, but you want it to feel this way. Nah, player. I didn't get paid, among other things on the business side that just were not handled properly. Not to mention, later on, there's a copyright claim on the song. Said artist's mother was trying to get publishing on the song, and she didn't write it. Not one word. Yeah, song came out. The rest is history. The only reason why I was even in the studio because my Karen bought me flowers and sent me on vacation. Because that's the only way that he could get me to show up. Because they always do stuff like this. Specifically, Atlantic Records.
All of these stories is from Atlantic. I was working. We went to Nashville to work on some songs. It was I don't know if it was a Kelly Clarkson camp. I don't remember. But it was around the same time because everybody wanted that sound that I had created for the Colored album. They all was like just raving over this sound that I had created, right? And they wanted it for Kelly. They wanted it for Kelly. And I love Kelly Clarkson. I voted for her on American Idol. Love her. And so I have this rule, like when I'm working with a non-melanated artist who is perhaps soulful and who wants to make a certain type of song, if there's going to be any type of like snazziness, any type of cultural references, anything like that, it got to come from them, right? I'm not going to offer up any type of like AAVE or any type of like cultural anything. If you want to talk about something specifically, if it's a slang term or anything like that you want to use, I got to hear it come out of your mouth first, organically. And you need to know what it means too. Like, I'm not going to explain it to you, right? So when we're working, she's not there. We just end up writing this song. Obviously, me, Mozella, and Jesse Shakin, we write this song, Love So Soft. You ain't had nothing soft to break it, then you buy it, and it's sure gonna cost you, right? My offering to that was the rhythm, the cadence, right? Love so soft, you ain't had nothing softer, right? That's it. That's the only cultural references that I gave. I didn't use, if you go back and look at those lyrics, there was nothing like, no type of like, OST, like none of that kind of stuff. You know, if kiss is a door, can I knock on yours? Can we knock a little more? That's all I contributed, right? So fast forward to when it came time for her to cut the song. They needed some ad-lib references. So at this point, I had even stopped doing backgrounds and ad-libs because you're supposed to get paid for that if they leave you on the song. If you didn't get paid up front, right, if they didn't pay you like a fee to come in and do a demonstration thing, that's what demo means, is demonstration. So if they don't pay you for that up front, then they normally would give you sound exchange and paperwork so that you can get money on the back end. So I had even stopped doing ad-libs and backgrounds on demos because they weren't paying, like they never wanted to pay. So literally, and I ain't gonna say his name, but it's kind of easy to figure out who I'm talking about. The president of Atlantic at the time sent me a Martha Wash song. If you know who Martha Wash is, then you know. She's a singing fool, right? Singing lady. He sent me the timestamps and was like, this ad-lib right here at 38 seconds. This ad-lib right here at 1 minute and 1 second. I want you to take those ad-libs and then go sing it. Just pick from any of those ad-libs and go sing it on the Love So Soft record so that Kelly can copy you. I said, absolutely not. What's going to happen is you're going to pay me to vocal produce, and I'm going to come to the studio, and I'm going to pull the vocal from her directly. I'm not about to copy Martha Wash. Don't you realize I'm black? I don't have to copy her. I could do it. I could just do it. You know what I'm saying? No, not Kelly Rowland, Kelly Clarkson. So I show up to the studio. It's at Glenwood Studios in Glendale, California. And so, y'all, the microaggressions and the little backhanded racist stuff that happens in the music business, it's not just limited to the labels. When I show up, mind you, I had like my shades on, I had my grills, you know how I be looking on my page, like, you know, that's how I showed up. The people at the front desk, now normally when you go to a studio, you hit the buzzer. They say, can I help you? Right? Can I help you? Who are you here for? Right? They don't tell you who's in the studio because obviously that defeats the purpose, right? It's like it's supposed to be some type of like privacy. Y'all, I rang the buzzer. She gonna say, are you here for Young Bird? No. Actually, I'm here for the A room. Oh, what's your name? Priscilla. I said my name. They opened the gate. Mind you, Youngberg is walking towards me, like to the front door. And I walked past him. I said, hey. And I took a left and I went in the room with Kelly Clarkson. So I'm like, why the fuck they just assume that I'm here to work with Youngberg? Like, because I'm black with gold teeth? Actually, no, I'm here for Kelly. So I go in there. Mind you, no shade against Youngberg. Don't do that because I know how y'all like to do. That's just part of the story. So I go in the room and I'm singing these ad-libs for her. She's like, I can't do them. I'm like, yes, you can. Like, she's like, oh, there's all these people watching. I said, girl, don't worry about them. It's me and you. So we end up doing these ad-libs where she was super cool and they did pay me. They did pay me for vocal producing. But I realized that's only because I refused to do the other thing. And on top of that, when we was in Nashville writing the song, there was a young A&R. I can't even remember her name. I could see her face. She like a short brunette girl. But she gonna pull me to the side and be like, so like, what genre is this? Like, what kind of song would you say that this is? Talking about Love So Soft. And I immediately clocked the T. I already knew what she was trying to do. You're trying to figure out what your sight words are so that when you go back to the label, you could pitch this as if it was your idea. No, ma'am. So all I said was, it's just cool. It's just cool. That's all. It's nothing special. It's just cool. There's no word for it. And so she was like, oh, like I could see the defeat on her face of like, I'm not giving, girl, I'm not finna do your work for you. No, absolutely not. So like so many times that has happened to me, y'all. That's where this is coming from. It's not just like she don't want to write songs for white people. I never said that. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so tired of all the little stuff that they be doing, and they don't want to pay, and they don't want to give you your credit, and they don't want, and they don't want, and they don't want, and they don't want, but they want everything, but they don't want to do what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? It's so annoying. Yeah. And you'll be surprised, y'all, at the amount of people that told me, oh, you know, don't let them know how you think. You know, don't reveal. Man, listen. I ain't trying to hear none of that. It's going to keep happening, right? Because you got to think, I done made all this money for these people over the years, right? I done tried to figure out every which way to avoid this type of behavior, right? I'm nominated for 4 Grammys this year in the R&B category. I done tried country. I done did pop. I done did folk. I done done Americana. Right? R&B is the only genre that I had success. Everybody else kicked me out. They said no. Country music, they told me this music is not country. In the Americana is basically a fancy word for a little too soulful to be country. Folk music, I'm sitting up there playing and singing with the guitar. They didn't like me doing that either. I made a song called Dollhouse. It was all over MTV. BET wouldn't play it. But they played Justin Bieber videos. But they wouldn't play Dollhouse. So you gotta think, I done tried to do everything else. R&B is where I was accepted. So now, if I'm accepted in this genre after 15 years of being rejected, and none of y'all helped me get here, I had to spend my own money, and it's really y'all, like the viewers, the supporters, that gave me this platform, right? And now all of a sudden you want to come to me during one of the biggest moments in my career and ask me to do for you what you wouldn't help me do for myself. And it's going to win the Oscar and it's going to, all this stuff you saying. It's just even more of just like a, like, clearly they look at me like just another hard ER. For sure. They looking at me like inward. You know what I'm saying? It's just even more of like an insult, that's all. It's an insult.